नमस्ते स्टूडेंट्स, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। I am JV'n's Dr. Neeraj Dholia, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jayoti Vidhyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. So today we will discuss the same topic which we were discussing in the previous lecture, the physiological basis of learning or experience. So what is the physiological basis after the learning or the experience? So we were discussing that what is the learning. So learning is basically the alteration in behavior. Okay, you can say that a permanent alteration in the behavior as a result of experience. So when you go the experience of something, your behavior will change. Okay, and the change in behavior is known as the learning or the experience. So there are various types of learning. So one of them is the discrimination learning. So where uh, you learn to discriminate in various aspects, like the colors, like the pattern of various shades. Okay, or this is the discriminatory learning. Second is the habituation, means where you are habituated um, by the experience. So when you get a same type of stimulus again and again, you will habituate for the stimulus and you will not respond, or you may hyper response for the same step of the stimuli. So that is the habituation. The next is the concept formation. So concept means you can resolve any query which is having the same pattern. Okay, like if once you learn the addition, so you can add 2 plus 2 and you can also add 2000 plus 2000. So the problem is similar, same type of problem is there, means you want to add the things. So you can add the easier things also, and you can add the complex things also once you have learned or experience of the addition. So that is the concept formation. So next is the problem solving. So when you get the experience of something, means for example, you have the examinations and term examinations or the internal examinations. So in the initial semester or the trimesters, you are facing the problems, but at the senior phase or at the last phases, you are habituate to solve the problems or solve the similar type of the examination. So some of the your problems are resolved by the your experience, that you know that how which type of questions are there, and how you are um, dealing with the question papers, and what are the uh, various aspects other than the writing. Okay, so that is the problem solving learning. Next is the perceptual learning. So and the effect of past experience or sensory perceptions. Okay, when you have the past experience, then for the next stimuli, for the future stimuli, you can uh, percept, means you have the sensory perceptions. Okay, so you can assume that what should be the result, okay, by the past experience. So next is the psychomotor learning. So that is the development of a neuromuscular pattern in response to sensory signals. Okay, so psychomotor learning means uh, by the specific type of the stimuli. When you get the stimuli many times, here there are some development or the changes or the alterations in the neuromuscular patterns. Okay, that are the changes which are permanently happens in your brain, and you can response for the similar type of the stimuli. So there are other types of learning also, the association, the conditioning, imprinting. Okay, so these are the various types of the learning. So the scientists Edwin R. Guthrie, Clark L. Hull, and Edward C. Thoman. Guthrie reasoned that responses were the central building block of learning. Okay, so a perfect learning starts with the responses. Means you have to respond for a specific stimuli to achieve the perfect learning. Okay, um, until unless you will not respond for a stimuli, you will not learn anything. So this is the responses are the building blocks of learning. Okay, so when a house or a house is made, so it is made by the bricks. So bricks are the building blocks of a house. So it the similar pattern, the building blocks of learning are the responses. So the Hull argued that habit strength, a result of practiced stimuli response activities promoted by reward, was the essential aspect of learning, which he viewed as a gradual process. So what is the meaning that when a reward is there, the learning aspect will be enhanced. Okay, for example, when you got a reward or the prize for something, okay, you are encouraged for the learning, and your learning process will be enhanced. You will learn faster because you know that if you learn or if you have this type of the experience, then you will get the reward. Okay, so the learning aspect will be enhanced by the reward. So what is the physiological basis of the learning? So basically the physiological basis of learning is the changes in the nervous system. Okay, so when you learn something, there are the physiological changes in your nervous system. The synaptic alterations are there. Means the neurons, the connections of neurons, the new connections of the neurons are there while you learn something. So in the initial phase of learning, the neural connections which are um, developed are the reversible. Okay, means reversible means if you have only one or two trial, so the connections will be um, lost or lost after some time. Okay, if you you give the same type of the stimuli again and again, okay, so the connections will be permanent after some time. So you will learn and you will get a permanent memory for that. So that is the physiological basis of learning. So what is written here, that apparently the effect of learning are first retained in the brain by some reversible process, after which a more permanent neural change takes place. Okay, so two types of learning is there, the short term um, and the permanent learning. So short term through a physiological mechanism like the synaptic electrical and chemical changes that keeps the memory trace alive over a limited period of time. Okay, so the short term memory or short term learning is where uh, and it is limited for a limited time period. Okay, so the strength of stimuli or the repetition of stimuli is lesser in the short term. If you want to convert the short term memory into the permanent memory, you are needed to give the permanent stimulus or the repeated stimulus. So what is the more permanent and long term changes in the physical and chemical structure of neurons. Okay, so the again and again stimuli will do the permanent changes in the neural connections, and that will create the permanent learning or memory. So synaptic changes seem to be particularly important here. So various studies and new techniques like the PET, positron emission uh, tomography, and the MRI, that is the magnetic resonance imaging scans, will reveal the physiological basis of the learning. So with the help of these techniques, you can see that after the learning, the new neural connections are there, the new development of the neurons are there, the alterations are there. Okay, so this thank you, and hope you are satisfied with this digital session, and if you have any query, please write in the comment box. I will resolve your query. And this session is powered by digital version 2 Jyoti Vidhyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. Thank you.